Family, what it do? It's your girl Toot and I am back, Jack. Look, shout out to the whole squad. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Wow. I never would imagine doing this video. I'm gonna be honest. And y'all know, and I know it's a lot of people. Listen, I got my DMs went rampant because people know that DDG is like one of the people I truly always wanted to meet as a creator. So a lot of people was like, dude, I gotta get your insight. And I ain't gonna lie. I was ducking. Because let me explain something, bro. I'm gonna break something down, and I want you to understand very thoroughly that first of all, the pictures, and we're gonna go through all of this stuff. I mean, that alone is very troubling. I don't like it. Even if it's not to the extent that we think, it still should not have happened. You know what I'm saying? So it's very bothersome. It's very, very bothersome. And we're gonna break all aspects down. I don't want nobody to think that I'm trying to be biased or anything like that, because I'm not gonna do that. You guys know what I stand for and what I represent, but I also know that there's a lot of more pieces to this story that we're going to have to unravel. But this is not a headline that I was expecting at all. And we're going to go through some of the stuff that we're seeing. Now, listen, first of all, I hate this. And this is some of the things that I'll be talking about. When you have young people, love, fame, it's never a good recipe. I think we've all seen it, even when it came down to the Chris Brown and Rihanna situation. And even though we have later found out that there are two parts that has to play for things like this to exist, it's still certain etiquettes that I feel like people have to be able to treat these men. Now, I'm going to tell you what I feel, and I know a lot of people probably going to be mad as hell because they know how much of a DDG fan that I am, but I'm going to also be honest because I'm going to break down a lot of different scenarios that people don't want to talk about, but we are. Now, here's the thing. Now, Halle says she had enough of DDG allegedly abusing her, okay? She's filed a police report, and now she wants court order protection from the father of her child. Now, this is all TMZ. It said in docs filed Tuesday in LA, she claims things first got physical in January. Now, let's make sure that we keep this timeline as we going through this. Things went sour in January. They broke up back in October. And Halle says DDG came over to pick up their son Halle, and she tried to start a convo with the rapper about a child visitation schedule. Now, from that, she says as she was buckling Halle in the car seat, she claims DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, "Get out of my car, B." So this is where it kind of gets a little bit confusing because, all right, she was buckling Halle up. So I'm guessing she got in the driver's seat, because the only thing that I'm getting, what I'm not understanding, okay, unless they talking about from the other side. Okay, I'm not going to try to speculate, but let's just keep reading it. Get out of my car, B. And the baby was crying. And she got nervous about DDG leaving with him in such an agitated state. That's when they allegedly started wrestling, with DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on his steering wheel, and chipping her tooth. Now, before I even came on here, I've seen a lot of back and forth with people saying, hey, well, how the hell could he slammed her head if she was driving? So I'm guessing, and we don't know, but allegedly, we seen it before. Same situation with Chris and Rihanna. It's very easy to tussle. I'm not going to lie and say that I was always a great person. I have experienced a domestic violence relationship with a girlfriend before. And it's very easy for you to drive and still have the upper hand. I'm not saying that's what happened, but that's the only way that I can configure him being driving, them wrestling, him grabbing hair and slamming her head like that. That's the only way that I can see her hitting herself on the steering wheel without driving, okay? Now, it said that's when they allegedly started wrestling, with DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on the steering wheel, and chipping her tooth. Halle said she was in pain and crying, and although they stopped fighting, that stopped the fighting, she was still worried about Halle. So she remained in the car for the ride over to DDG's house, where she told his family what happened, okay? She says once they told her they'd take care of the baby, she left hysterical and with the bruises on her arms to go along with her chipped tooth. She attached photos of her alleged injuries in her request for a restraining order. She also alleges DDG creeped her out in March when he showed up at her home, entered without permission, went to her bedroom, and texted a pic of Halle's empty bed to her, along with the text saying, "Now I know what you've been on," laughing out loud. Now, Halle supposedly says she interpreted the text as DDG accusing her of having sex with other people. Okay. 4 days later, she claims he really exploded when he came back to her house. She told him she and the baby were sick. Okay, we all remember that day because I believe that was the day when he did get online and he was saying that she was keeping him away from her baby. Now, I remember that part. Now it seemed like the timelines are starting to connect, okay? It said, and she didn't want to leave Halo she didn't want Halo to leave. And she claimed that's when he got verbally abusive, smashed her Ring camera, and ran away with her phone, okay? As he drove off, she claims DDG threw the phone out of his window and yelled to her, "Go get it, bitch." The incident prompted Hal to go file a police report, and she says she also has Ring footage to back up her side of the story. It was also around this time DDG claimed on X he had been fighting to see Halo, which I think we all remember that part. Let's keep going. These were things that were called into question. Now, a lot of people were questioning these timestamps. I just got an iPhone. I don't know shit about it. But a lot of people was questioning the Tomorrow 2027, thinking that this was all AI information. Now, I don't know if anybody have iPhone. Now, they said that there was just a update that was on iMessage will allow you to schedule, you know what I'm saying, your text messages. So I don't know if that's going on, but they said the phone right here, it says Tomorrow 2027. Now, that's questionable, God damn it. Because I have never seen a text that said it was sent tomorrow, but it's still today. Now, y'all help me out of that. Now, y'all help me out on this because, listen, y'all. Look, y'all. We got to look at both sides of the story. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all people saying. I ain't never seen no shit like that. And first of all, if I'm pissed off at you today, I don't want to send a text tomorrow. Bitch, we might make up by then. You know what I'm saying? So I need somebody out loud to explain this. Now let's keep going because there are some things that I didn't agree with when I read, and I think some of it was, I'm going to tell you. For Hal, the final straw came just last weekend when she said she was vacationing with Halo and her sister in St. Lucia. She says DDG texted her links to social media posts claiming she was on an island with singer Brent Faiyaz. Hal replied, "Not with any man out here. I wouldn't do that. I have Halo. Please let me enjoy my Mother's Day in peace. I hope you are okay and feel better soon." Okay. Now, evidently, the court got text messages of this, and we gonna see. Because there's one thing you can't AI is the real companies. Now, I'm pretty sure with all of this, they're gonna have to get some real evidence, and hopefully, you know what I mean? But anyway, the judge granted Hal a domestic violence restraining order requiring DDG to stay 100 yards away and gave her permission to take nearly 18-month-old Halo to Italy, where she'll be filming a movie for 2 months. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. That part is insane. I guess it's because I'm looking at it from parental standpoints and not the emotional standpoint. Now, we weren't there. We not understanding what Halo might have been privy to, and that might be the reasons on why she wants space. I'm not a mother, okay? Y'all are in the comments. Help me out with that. DDG also had to stop posting or streaming about her and their child. Now, that's another thing that I really don't agree with. Hal claims her ex has been whipping his fans into a frenzy by trashing her when he live streams. We've reached out to DDG's camp. No word back yet. Now, before we get into the rest of the video, let's have a conversation. And for this, I will open up the lines because this is a whole hot goddamn mess. I'm not going to lie. I never really wanted to see DDG or Halle or anybody for that matter in this predicament because there's a lot of things that's on the line. Now, Academic did a clip, and I'll show that a little bit later too as well, to where he predicted that this was going to happen. And you know I'm not a big fan of Academic, but he did say, you know what I'm saying, once the bad or the deadbeat campaign didn't work, it was going to assault to this. But here's where the difference lies. There's pictures, okay? Now, DDG was also on stream with Aiden Ross, and I'm not really... Let me explain what's going on here. Aiden Ross is probably like not the best person to be associated with when you're going through this. He has his own shit going on. I watched him say some real troubling things about Doche, but I've also seen him say a lot of things about black women sometimes. So it's like I never really got into him or whatever, but I think this is a time where he probably should have got off the stream and disassociated, because Aiden Ross speaking for him right now is probably not a great look, and that's just my personal opinion. Okay, but let's keep going. We're going to keep going. Now, here's the pictures, okay? TMZ has posted these where there is showing bruising on her arm, okay? And this just is like this shit just seemed, and then there's the chipped tooth. Now, a lot of people is saying that, a lot of people was doing this really dumb ass side by side of Chloe and Halle. Now, Chloe, it seems like, has a chipped tooth too. I looked at the side by side, and that's blasphemy. That is not the same mouth, okay? Now, we're not able to say what happened, but, I mean, there is a chipped tooth, goddamn. And this does not look good. Now, damn right. I'm going to play when DDG first found out this was going on. He found on it just like he found out about how she felt the last time on the stream. You know what I mean? But let's take a look. Let's look at it. Let's see.
Should I get a stylist? Why are they saying GGTMZ? Let's see. Why are they saying GGTMZ? Alright, I'm looking at her story now.
His shit started blowing up. Everybody started hitting that nigga move, boy.
What? Oh, fuck. Fuck all that, fuck all that. Don't even...
That can't even be real.
Fuck all that, bro. Fuck all that.
But that can't even be real. That's a thing.
But don't even... But you remember we talked about last night? Fuck all that. Let me say something. It's not...
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being.
But I don't.
But hey, bro, we on stream, bro.
Come on, like I gotta be.
Just don't do it, bro. Come here. Don't even make no sense. Fuck all that. That's my real friend. We're not gonna do no false shit to ruin this stream. He's a great human being. He does a lot for a lot of people. He's a man. He's a father, and we're gonna respect him. We're gonna love him. WDDG, and fuck anyone that got anything to say.
Fuck the fake narratives, my nigga. Stop the bullshit. We don't want to hear that shit, bro. That shit is fake.
Listen to R. Kelly.
Leak DMs via Ruby Rose hacked Twitter account. We don't see this. See, this is what I don't like. I knew this was gonna surface. Anybody who been following me know that we already talked about this. This was alleged as well. Ruby Rose did allege that, you know what I'm saying, her and DDG also had a tussle. You feel me? And I remember when these pictures was dropped, and a lot of people didn't believe her. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, I mean, because it was nothing else. Because after these pictures, you know what I'm saying, or after this was leaked, I mean, she was on many interviews saying that he was the ex that she missed. But we cannot miss these things. You know what I'm saying? We have to look at all of them. So she was saying also, too, that she was attacked. I just feel like... the thing that is really, really sad, I get you mad, but I'm telling you, Ruby, I'm not I'm not Lala. I'ma fuck your whole career up. Don't do it to yourself. I got love for you. I really don't want to do it. But online, I'm telling you, it's gonna be bad, Ruby. Just stop. It's already bad, and you're threatening to end my career if I tell people how you hit on me. More things to show on my live. Thank you. Laughing out loud. If you go live, bro, just know you really lost me. Have a blast. You gonna lose all respect for me and anybody I fuck with or fuck you. Just think before you do. It's all I'ma say. I just hate this because see what happens is this becomes or this starts to look like a pattern. All right, and I don't and that's that's not a very good pattern to have, and you got to make it make sense. And the thing about it is, why would she say that? It's already bad, and you're threatening to end my career if I tell people how you hit on me. You know, that's just things that you don't want to, you just don't want that. Here's a scenario. I've seen it in a lot of different situations. I've seen women in some cases do become bitter, right? And do an outlandish shit. Do I think that she would be capable of doing it? I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't also see DDG fighting. You know, nobody is what we think. That's why this internet shit is a facade. You know, things and people that we migrate to might not be the people that we migrate. This is a fucking terrible situation. This is what I do know. I know that I have been DDG's age. I have been Halle's age, okay? I have been in their age, and I have been in love so intense that I would think that I would die at some point if that person was not answering the phone. I have been there, okay? I've also been in situations where I loved the female so much, and she just did not love me back when I needed her to, okay? Now, she put up with my shit, and the moment that I was ready to be a good person, she didn't want it. And I remember being at a place to where I almost clocked out. You dig it? Does it make it right? No. Are the actions right? No. But I'm saying I have been in love into a place to where it makes you make some very outlandish decisions. And anybody who could sit on this net is and say it can't happen is liars. Now, should people be grown enough to be able to control their emotions? Fuck yeah. But I've also known that these type of shit happen more often than we talk. These kids don't know how to control emotions, and it leads up to tussles. You know what I mean? Do I think Halle is innocent? No. Do I think she deserved to get her head smashed on the steering wheel? Fuck no too. You dig what I mean? And here's the thing. I'm not going to negate the fact that it was probably things that was said that got up under that nigga's skin. But here's the thing, bro. You always got to make sure when you're somebody of his caliber, not even of his caliber, a man, period. But when you know you have your livelihood in stake, you just got to move differently. All right? What's happening right now is we got a array of events that's going on one thing. And I'm just being honest, bro. Like, I've seen this happen on so many. Dog, I have been in a relationship. Loved a girl with all my heart. Swear to God, I thought it was the best thing that I ever been in and being in love. It was my first and last domestic violence relationship. I was in love, bro. You couldn't tell me, okay? We were young. She swung on me. And you will look at it. I'm a female, but I also knew that I was capable of really knocking her lights out. So that made me have a different type of responsibility. In this situation, I was the man. She hit me, I hit her, we tussled, we did that shit. We was right back together the next day. Is it right? No, it's not. It's toxic as fuck. But because their relationship is highlighted, this is what's going to happen. Same shit with Chris and Rihanna. You're not going to sit in the car and just tell me without a shadow of a doubt that, you know what I'm saying, Rihanna was innocent. She even said she wasn't innocent. She even said there was things that she did. And men are no different from women sometimes when things are reflexive. You know what I mean? Do they need to control their emotions? Fuck yeah, they do. But do shit like this happen? Yes, it does. And it's baffling that this is happening to somebody who's seen this over and over again. But see, when you put love in the equation and you put control in the equation, it goes out the window. Now, here's another thing, all right? Like I said, I've seen bitter baby mamas, and I've also seen inferior baby fathers. What do I mean by that? I'm not saying this is DDG. What I'm doing is I'm painting out perspectives. So when y'all call us this phone, we can talk about all of it, because that's all we can do at this point is just look at all angles. You feel what I mean? I've also seen men that are inferior to their women, okay? And what I mean by that is sometimes men can't handle, okay, a woman being more successful than them. I'm not saying that this is the case, and I know a lot of people is going to say, DDG had way more money than Halle. Hell yeah, he did, okay? But having money and being able to get into certain rooms when you're trying to become a rapper is two different situations, all right? Now, I want people to understand that part. Am I saying that he's guilty? No, I'm painting scenarios. I'm going to say this over and over throughout the segment because this is not me saying nothing, but other than painting a picture. DDG, all right, was a man who was already trying to, transition into just nothing but music, all right? Now, when you have that happen, he was already being labeled a YouTube rapper, all right? Which I know when you taking music serious, that can feel a certain type of way. So he had that. Now you are stepping into a limelight with the innocent Little Mermaid. You guys, I don't have to go back and forth with this shit. We've seen the same story before with Chris Brown and Rihanna. It's the same shit. Except for DDG probably was not at Chris Brown's caliber, but it was like the girl next door. Rihanna was labeled the girl next door. I mean, so was Halle. She was the Little Mermaid. She had an image that we already just migrated to. Nobody wants to believe that the Little Mermaid can say, fuck you, nigga, but she probably can. But that is just the image that she had. So now when DDG starts to date that, okay, it becomes not DDG. It becomes Haley's baby daddy. All right? Sometimes that can get up under a person's skin. Not saying that happened to DDG, but I'm saying that there are scenarios where this does happen. I don't believe without a shadow of a doubt that Halle is innocent. No, I don't. I believe she has a mouth on her. I believe that it was things that were said, and I believe things went left on both parts. But here's the thing. Men have to understand when these positions present themselves, you're going to always be the aggressor, especially when there are pictures that they can post. Now, we do have this thing called gaslighting, okay? And we see it sometimes where men and women can manipulate certain situations. Now, I do remember the day that DDG jumped on live. I can't deny that fact. He came on live. He was talking about Halle not letting him be able to see Halo. Now, this is the day, I guess, in question where one of the tussles happened or where he got into the house and yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? I wish men to stop doing that sometimes, all right? Here's what I mean by this, okay? If a situation happened with you and your BM, and this is just me speaking to anybody that even been in a situation like DDG. If a situation happened between you and your BM, the last thing, and you know that you played a part in wrongdoing. Now listen, wrongdoing can be on two parties, okay? She could have did wrong, you did wrong. Y'all both got to acknowledge that. There's something that both of y'all could have did better to make a situation right, all right? Now, when you know that you played a part in a certain situation, right? When you go online and you victimize yourself completely, it does something different to a woman, okay? We seen this shit even with Tory and Meg. I stand on this. Listen to me, you guys. I don't think Megan would have never said nothing that happened that night. You hear what I'm saying? I don't think it would have never, ever been mentioned if Tory didn't make her feel like a fucking fool when she was still protecting him. This is the problem that some narcissistic ass men have, and they just can't help themselves. My nigga, people was getting spared. I reacted to the whole Megan situation, and a lot of people would look at me and say, too, you just gonna jump on a woman's... No, I'm not. I'm be the main one getting on these bitches. You feel me? Because I do understand things from a male's perspective, but nigga, sometimes men make bonehead ass decisions. And let me be honest, okay? Sometimes men confuse silence as something else. Sometimes it's gold, and y'all gotta shut the fuck up. Men talk too much sometimes. That's what happens. And I'm not gonna lie. You have a responsibility as a creator. When you big as DDG, nigga, DDG fans don't play that shit. If DDG say shit is blue, niggas is gonna be like, shit blue, dog. Facts. So if DDG even comes on his stream and says things like, she won't let me see my kid, that is sending a nuisance her way over things that I think you can control if you just go to court. I keep telling men this shit. I've told that shit to Corey SSG. I tell this shit, men, come off this here internet, use the money that a lot of men are not privileged to make, and go to court. It's pissing me off because everybody know, man, how much, you know what I'm saying? And I just got to talk to this nigga from a big sister perspective. Bro, you fucked up. You fucked up, bro. You fucked up, bro. You fucked up, bro. That's just what happened. And the thing about it is, bro, I'm not looking at this situation like it's foreign. I've seen it happen. Shit, my brother and his BM just was about to get the tussle when I was just in Detroit. It happens to young motherfuckers who don't know how to control their emotions. However, bro, you got to just go to court. Just go to court. Because what happens is perception now sells. God damn it. I keep trying to tell people this stuff. It's perception. It's what things look like, not what is really all the way factual this time. Let me paint a picture for you, okay? If niggas go into crates and pull up these messages of Ruby Rose that is now all of a sudden circulating, she's starting a trend because it's this I told y'all niggas moment, okay? If they take that pile and they take this shit that Halle got going on, that already establishes a pattern. Now we have to look at some of the things and the clips that these motherfuckers can take and pull apart. Nigga, judges is not playing around, bro. And you would think that by now people will understand that. Definitely go to court. Another part that's really iffy and troubling, bro, if you did not do the wrong thing and you know you didn't do nothing wrong and she is saying that you did, the last thing you want to do is destroy the Ring camera, the thing that's going to have the footage, but that's backed up anyway. That goes to the phone anyway. So it's like, bro, when you're throwing the foam and you're breaking the Ring camera, it looks like you're destroying evidence. See, even if that's not true, it's what it looks like, goddamn. This shit is driving me fucking berserk. I don't get it. I wish men would go back into 1988, okay? Where men didn't really talk a lot. That's why a lot of men didn't get in trouble. You feel me? Because y'all talk too goddamn much. Now, let's break this thing down. What does she have to gain to smear DDG? Because there's a fact that he's a good dad. I think if he had resources, he would in fact be able to get custody and visitations as a son. Let's go beyond it, because before I open up these phones, I don't want nobody calling with no dumb shit. Let's look at everything that I'm talking about. So let me ask you something. What would she have to gain of the smear? Let's talk about it. What would he have to gain to say she's like? Let's talk about this shit, y'all. Because I'm trying to look at it logically, and I'm saying to myself, I don't see what the hell she had to gain to do this. People are saying it's AI and shit. Why would she go through those lengths to say that? Why? We're going to open up the phone lines in 10 minutes, but I'm just trying to understand, because if anything, she probably tried as much as she could to keep the peace because she had to hear what she hearing now. Everybody saying, I told you so. I hate this shit for everybody. We finna open up these lines. We about to talk about it because I want to know. And this, I hate this nigga, man. I hate this for her. I hate this for them. You know what I mean? They had the opportunity to really be able to show things in a different perspective. I hate this for both of them. Facts, I do. The control of the child. We do see that with women a lot. And this is why I say all the time, men, instead of buying cars, instead of buying fucking jewelry, go to court. You know what I'm saying? And see, this is the thing. If people go to court, you will understand. I hear this narrative where men say, well, you know, going to court ain't gonna do nothing for the woman. Like, hell? Like who? Says who? Says who? Let me tell you something. Ludacris got all his daughters. I went to school with Luda and fucking Tamika Foster, his baby mama. Okay? He went to court. He got his daughter. All right? Dwayne Wade. All right? He went to court. He got his son, now daughter. All right? You know what I'm saying? There are men out here who have custody of their kids. Men just rather stand in the line for sneakers than stand in a line at a courthouse. It's pissing me off. Bro, this shit is pissing me off. The lines is open. 678-235-4338. I want to know how y'all feel, bro. I want to know how y'all feel. Somebody said that she want to take take Halo out the country with Brent Fayez, but control DDG and say he can't take Halo out of the state with his family. This is the thing, bro. No pandering. I'm not saying that could not be true. It might be. But here's the thing. That's why you go to court. Go to court. Let me tell you something. I'm going to keep it a stack. My brother's baby mama is not the best. I said it. I put it out there. Y'all know I just reunited with my brother. He got my nephew. This man is a great father when it comes down to being there for his son. All right? Period. He would not be fucked up. Because before I go online and bash this bitch, I'm showing him where the courthouse is because the paper trail is everything. But here's the difference. My brother don't got DDG money. He don't got the means to keep going back and forth to court if he have to. This nigga do. Protect your invest and protect yourself. Is that simple? Now, do you think DDG put his hands on her? Bro, do I think that? I don't know. I want to say no. I've been watching Moose since college. Yes, I've seen this nigga get very jealous over girls. I've seen that. Can't say it. Do I think that the nigga took the picture from the bed? Yes, that's kind of mood behavior. Do I want to think that he really put his hands on this girl? I don't want to think that he did, but I've seen different. Nigga, I didn't think Cassie got stumped until I seen the video. I'm at this point now in my life to where you really can't pick a side until evidence come out. Period. You know what I'm saying? I think they both did some hitting. I think they tussled, yeah. Because that's what we all done. Grab you here, jank you up here, shake you up here. Yeah, I think that might have happened. But, I mean, because that's what it looked like to me, that he probably grabbed her in a way that, like, shut the fuck up or some shit like that. I mean, according to the hands, do I think something like that could have happened? Yeah. That's not illogical. Do I think that he was just punching her? No, I don't. But I can't say for a fact that it's the truth. Hey, can somebody call their phone, make sure it's ringing? 678-235-4338. I got the lines open. But shit, I'm just trying to see. Do you think he would be able to come back from this? Yes. Niggas still love Tory right now. And he allegedly shot a nigga. He allegedly shot Meg. Yes. Social media makes it to where the underdog or the worst type of person in the world would be okay. Thank you, Si. It's working. Yeah. So yeah, he'll be able to come back from it. But it's also about the ownership and accountability that's taken. The thing that I don't want to see is, I think right now is that he's doing the best thing. I hope he just don't speak. I hope that he contacts an attorney and don't say nothing online, because I think that everything that is said online right now is gonna be it too. Did you see? I seen the people. We was gonna talk about that too. The phone lines is 678-235-4338. We talking DDG and Halle. You know what I'm saying? I want to know y'all thoughts on it. This has just got me. I'm just sad. I didn't want to see this happen. I'm drinking. I didn't want to see this happen, bro. This is not a good look. Not at all. But then we seen this story a lot. The phones is ringing. Y'all just ain't calling, so I don't know. DDG is fighting for his son. Of course he can come back. He's just doing it the right way. DDG. I want to say this one thing. Baby mama, baby daddy shit has been happening for forever, okay? What's going to happen is that he can always come back from it, okay? But what is happening is it's going to always be a stain. And you'll understand the length of that stain when you just look at Chris Brown right now, okay? It's been 55 years, all right, since the alleged situation, and he still has a stain. A stain sometimes is just as worse than anything else, my nigga. That's just facts.
Call from.
What it do, family?
What's going down, Pooh?
What's up, Pooh?
Man, this subject is like completely like on my family's too. Like, my brother is literally facing 6 years right now.
Okay.
From not going to court, from skipping court, from literally continuing to be in the relationship with the person. Continuing to be in the relationship with the person. And it was domestic violence. So it's like, I'll never understand it. And it went so far as to, you know what I mean? They put each other in a hospital type shit multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't understand that whole dynamic at all. But, you know, some people, that's how they function.
So when you look at everything that's been going on so far, do you think the allegations is true? Do you think that DDG put his hands on her, even if it was in not a punching type of way? But do you think he manhandled her?
He probably did, but you know what I mean? I got a baby dad myself. I know things can get out of hand sometimes, and like you said, she probably do got a mouth on her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? I surprise myself sometimes. I'm a quiet person, honestly. And when I get into it with my baby dad, you know, we take it there. Sometimes we look at each other, you know, after we calm down, and we just like, you know, we calm down. But, you know, some people...
So basically, you've been in a situation with your baby father to where it got a little heated. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever before. And shit, I mean, but y'all are still cordial, though, to this day, right?
For sure. I'm still cordial with my baby dad. I love my baby dad, but...
So let me ask you.
We keep it cordial. We got 2 sons, so.
So let me ask you a question, because this is going to be a great question. So you don't have to put it out there, but I mean, have it at one point got to a point where it was like some physical shit between you and him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the reason why you didn't tell nobody or go to the police? Because I want to hear from a female that's been in this situation, and because a lot of people be saying, well, shit, nigga, if he was putting his hands on her and shit, why she just didn't leave, or why she just didn't go to the police? Why would be a reason why y'all don't? Is it because, you know what I'm saying, y'all both did it and it was just like, shit, I ain't calling no police? Like, why wouldn't you do it?
I feel like, you know what I mean, I wasn't innocent in the situation, and I can admit that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm not innocent, you know what I mean? And I'm going to swing back. I'm not a person that I'm going to be, even if you overpower me, I'm still going to swing back. But if it ever got to a point where I felt like you were overpowering me and you did too much, it never went overboard. You know what I mean? It always was to a point where we both was like, okay, let's calm down. Let's all go our separate ways. And we were together for like almost 7 years. So
Okay.
we was together in high school and all up until our 20s. You know, we had a trauma bond as well. So, you know, I mean, I lost my mom 3 weeks after I gave birth to my first son. So it was just like I had a really bad trauma. I have a really bad trauma bond with him, and I can admit that. But you know, what I mean, it just depends on the person. And I commend Halle because she was like, she cut that shit at the you know what I mean, at the get go. She didn't really say nothing about it. You know what I mean? I haven't seen nothing her, you know, saying anything, but he goes straight to live. You know what I mean? And that's not cool. You go straight to live, and it's like, damn, she been, you know what I mean, respectful enough to keep it between just y'all, but you go straight to your chat, and it's not even a chat. You know what I mean? Type of. But that's how the world is now, I guess.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling in, family.
For sure, for sure.
Call from
Katrina Moore.
What's up, Bookie?
What's up, Sue? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. And yourself?
I'm doing great.
What do you think? What do you think about everything?
Let me say this. Let me say this at the beginning. I watched this whole thing go down, and I'm going to say this from my own experience and my own opinion. He went to the internet defaming her. The difference is she went to the court to do what she needed to do. I don't think, and this is just me, she's trying to keep Halo from him.
Okay.
At all.
Okay. So you think this is one of those situations?
I'm sorry. I'm reading some of these comments in your live, and I'm trying my best to be respectable.
No, I mean,
some of the things that people are saying are crazy to me. DV is DV, whether it's physical or emotional.
Facts.
I'm faulting both of them. I'm faulting her and I'm faulting him. I don't think Haley is innocent in all this either. But it goes to a point to where she is the primary parent, regardless on what anyone says. They are not together. They are not living in the same household. So, of course, everything has to be scheduled. People are forgetting both of them were sick. Why would she allow him to take him out when he is RFD? I was in nursing school. I understand that. It baffles me. He should have took this to the court at the beginning instead of coming online. What can we do? While you defaming her, what can we do? We are not lawyers. We are people that have opinions and get in comment sections and talk. This is not the court. It's public perception.
Facts.
The thing with her, and if you look at those dates and those times, it was different time zones she was in. Remember, she was filming movies. She was going to events. She was going out of the country. He was doing this. That is crazy to me. DDG should have did the same thing she was doing, just collecting evidence. She's playing chess. He's playing the internet. It's a difference. She is going, and unfortunately, I have seen this happen. She is going to get full custody of Halo. This is a wrap. The end. This is over. Regardless on how people want to, no, it's over. This is done. He had, again, to get on there with the Brent Fayez, whatever she's doing in her personal life, if it's not affecting your son in any way negatively, it's her business. Just like you're online doing your thing, and what you do in your personal life is your business. Not one time, and I'm sorry, people spat all they want to. Not one time has Holly got on here and said anything. She went to the court. The end. He didn't. I don't know how hard. I don't understand it's simple. I know he loves his son. I know he does. I know he's a great father. But the way he went about it was wrong. I don't care what anyone says. The internet cannot help you. Your fans and supporters made this work. I'm talking about Halle too.
Yep.
The back and forth. It's just silly at this point.
Facts.
Because if he wouldn't have opened his mouth, we wouldn't be here. He could have just got offline, got his lawyer, and did what he had to do for his son. This has nothing to do with the internet at this point. This goes beyond us. This is a human being we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And all this, oh, she's this, oh, he's this, that negates anything when DV is involved. And do I think Holly has a mouth on her? Yeah, we all do. But she has evidence. She has the ring camera. What are we talking about here?
Facts. We do got to see the video. I mean, that's one thing I have noticed.
Well, I'm seriously trying to understand.
Facts.
Y'all are going on there complaining. Chloe and Halle's people, are y'all insane? I swear the internet just makes people's brains just turn into mush.
Damn.
I can't go on there and say, oh, I'm going to take Holly's side. Or I can't go on there and say I'm going to take DD side. The courts are the person that can do that. And at the end of the day, they granted her the restraining order because of the evidence that she presented. Do they not understand it takes time for them to do that?
Yeah.
The court systems are slow, but when they on time, they on time. You don't know you don't know how much evidence this girl had on her until she went to the trip. She probably was still fearing him. But no, y'all want to just shit on her as a woman because you have these types of women that comes out here and make fake accusations against these black men. But you have this while he's on the internet just talking. And Dove is going through the same exact thing with Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
When does it end? When does it stop? The internet is not your friend. It switches on you in a blink of an eye.
It sure
One
fucking
minute they
do.
love you, and the next minute they're crucifying you.
Facts. Facts.
You should have just, I knew the moment he got online on that screen and did what he did. I said he lost. The moment she can take that to court, because she can't say it's hearsay because it's coming out of his mouth. He was literally defaming her. What she did with that car situation was nothing compared to what he did. Please stop comparing the two. It's not the same.
Thank you so much for calling
It
in.
was a concern for her child's safety. That's a difference. He went on there defaming her. That's a difference. She can use that, and she did. It's over. Wrap this up. Unfortunately, he's going to have to fight like hell to even get visitation. I've seen it. My brother went through it. My God, I've seen it. We're still fighting to this day. It's been 12 years. 12 years. I'm sorry.
Nah, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you sharing your views, boo.
All right.
Thank you.
Jeez.
She made good points as well, too. Let's see.
Call from.
What it do, family?
Yeah, what up? What's up?
What's up?
I'm just calling in because.
Hold on, you sound like a robot. Do it again?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear good now.
Okay. I have two daughters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before their father passed away, but before he passed away, our relationship was one of those toxic relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So I can honestly say, being young and being new parents, it's a lot.
It is.
On younger generations. It's a lot, especially in the public eye.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, it's a lot of things that you do on the internet that you can't take back. I just feel the only person I really feel sorry for is Halo, is the baby.
Facts.
Because he's the one absorbing all this toxic energy.
And he loves them both.
And
yeah,
from both ends of the party. It doesn't matter about who's provoking who or whatever. It takes two to tango. And the baby is experiencing all of these. And that's not fair to Halo. And if you pay attention to what DDG has him, like, on live streams and stuff, he is hitting DDG. There's multiple videos of Halo hitting DDG. Kids pick up behaviors that they see.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to think about that. Also, does she have a restraining order on just her, or is it her and Halo?
No, I don't think it has anything to do with Halo. It's just basically
so
she has
it's
to
just
stay.
her?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The only thing.
So
I mean, it's not like DDG can't see his son. She's just been given permission to go overseas with Halo while she films. Now, DDG can definitely go to court. And if, the judge ain't say that he was like, he ain't say that it was a danger to Halo, he could probably fly where she's at and have a mediator for him to see her while she's overseas. It's not saying that he can't see his son. It's just basically saying she has permission to take him out the country. See, what people got to understand is that people just thinking that even though you have a baby together, you still have to be able to let people know when you're taking them out of the country. Okay, that's something that's going to be big. So I guess she asked for that because she was in the middle of all of this. DDG can go to Italy if he wanted to. Bring his mama, you know what I'm saying, and say, Ma, go get Halo. I want to spend the weekend with him. The judge will probably still let him do that because I don't think it's anything against the baby, just as long as it's with somebody, a third party or whatever. But so it's not like he can't see his son. He definitely can. He'll just have to fly to Italy. You feel what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's really coming down to him putting in the effort for real, because when you said just go to court, there's men can and will go to court. Like, if there are systems in place. I want people to understand that the law does not have, like, the court system doesn't have a bias against men and women.
They don't.
It's right or wrong. So if Halle was doing all this stuff behind the scenes and all of this manipulation, he would be able to prove that in court.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't have to come to the internet.
Facts.
He would just have to go to court.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like he don't have the funds, because we see, like your friend, your brother, everyday people go to court. You do what you want to do. Where there's a will, there is a way.
Facts. Thank you so much for calling.
If you don't want to really come up off of it and go to court, then I can't believe what you're saying.
Facts.
Because you're not really showing the passion. You're just showing it online. And the internet is not a real place, y'all. It's not a real place. It's not real life.
It's not. And this is the thing that I be preaching to men all the time. It's not a real place. Thank you so much for calling in, Pooh.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. I want to say this because I'm looking at some of the comments and I want to say something. I think I seen Jasmine's like, he can go out there, okay? And this is where people got to start, you know what I'm saying, kind of getting into the laws a little bit. DDG have every right to go to Italy. He got to stay 100 yards away from Halle. But see, what he has in place and what he can have in place with his son is two different things, all right? If he wants to see his son and the judge say, hey, if the judge does not have a no contact order with his son, he can basically get scheduled visits. It's just going to have to appear with a third party. Now, here's the thing what I want you guys to also understand. I know people in here is emotional. Look, I'm a DDG fan too. You feel what I'm saying? I like the nigga too. Anybody on the stream can tell you that. So it's not about me trying to have a bias, but it's the thing that I preach all the time to all the niggas that coming in my stream room, bro. Go to court. Get things in play. Have a paper trail. See, the problem between men now, okay, is that they want to win in a court of public opinion and not in the court where it matters. And that's where it is. And see, people get that fucking rule so bent out of shape. And I used to be saying this shit all the time. Same thing with Corey. I say, Corey, bro, get off the internet, my nigga. Go to court. The first time I ever got on a live with Corey, the first thing I said is, Corey, how much you pay for your chain, bro? Oh shit, it was about 20 bands. Bro, take 10 bands right now and go get a lawyer on retainer so you can go ahead and start getting your shit together when it come down to your kids. It's certain rights you have, bro. You just got to understand what they are. And men automatically get defensive because they already feel like that there's a biasness towards women. No, there's a biasness towards the women that your friends knew. All right? But if you are a stand-up father, you can financially provide. There are things that are in place for your ass too. All you got to do is go to court. Men don't like court. They don't like that shit. All right? We also got to go back to here. We're talking about all this shit. I got the lines coming back up. The fucking fruit flies. I got the lines coming back in a minute. The lines was crashing and shit. Look, a lot of people are saying that Halle was bitter. Could the woman be jealous or feel a certain way because this nigga's over here with 9 baddies on stream? Yes. What I want people to do is stop acting so goddamn dumb on this stream and start acting realistic. People think that it sucks that she wouldn't be. Why wouldn't she be bitter? Let's talk about that, okay? But being bitter, but still giving your child or the father of your child, nigga, I didn't hear nothing she said. I didn't hear nothing. I haven't heard nothing. The only thing that I've heard is TMZ dropping this shit. I seen people on here. I think somebody was no pandering. You know what I'm saying? I think that was it. No pandering. I think I seen them say something along the lines of, damn, I just lost my train of thought. God damn it. Hold on. Now she was bitter and things like that. Blasey blah. Want to keep the child. I really don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that is even a thing to where we got to look at these dates. When we look at these dates on this damn thing, right? This situation has been going on since January. Now, we seen in December. Let's look. They was at Halo's party. We all seen it with the Corvette or the fake car that he bought his son. I could tell in those pictures that things were off between them. DDG want the son, Halle want the son. You can tell that their chemistry was off, but they still pulled through it for his birthday, regardless of what it was, right? Okay, now let's move on. Now we saying that there was an altercation that happened in January. We got to look at both. We got to look at both aspects. We want to blame one party. We can't. Stop it. All right? This is going to be a 2-person's affair. All right? The same way that people are getting mad saying that she was bitter, DDG also was probably in his feelings too with the Brent Fire ass shit. Let's be real. Okay? Y'all acting like just because this nigga be on streams with, you know what I'm saying, all of these bad bitches, that's who he want. No. The internet is a facade. This man knows what the fuck is gonna get y'all attention. Both of them probably was bitter at one point. Let's be honest. I have been in a relationship where I done did a girl wrong like a motherfucker. But now I want her back. Nigga. But now when I want her back, she don't want me back. So I'm sad and sad. Nigga, fuck that nigga you with. That nigga ain't shit. I have been that. I'm not going to negate the fact. I know that DDG probably also went through that as well. Okay? The fact that Halle have not been probably saying nothing is probably pissing him off even more. Let's talk about the real nigga type of shit. This nigga's been on the internet with 9 baddies. All I seen Halle post so far is some little pictures when she was at some little motherfucking galas. She done posted some pictures of her mom bod, but I have not seen anything disrespectful towards DDG. I'm just being honest. Sometimes silence hurts a nigga more than if she was with Brent Fayez. And I'm just goddamn being real. You know what I'm saying? She was in the driver's seat of his car. No, she was not. Non-parent, no pandering. She was not. Go read the clip, okay? She was in the passenger seat, okay? DDG was driving. They got the tussling. Nigga, you ain't shit. Well, you ain't shit neither, bitch. Blah, blah, blah. She said the nigga pulled her hair, bop, on the steering wheel. She hit her teeth, blah, blah, blah. She get to the house. He drove all the way to the house. Come on, read it, all right? This got nothing to do with us picking a side. We don't got a side. It's just about the truth. It's there, all right? And it happens. Y'all got to understand shit like this does happen. Now, where does he go from here, all right? That's all you can do right now. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can do right now. The only thing you can do right now is just hope that he got things in place, a great attorney. He doesn't say nothing on the internet that's going to incriminate him. You know what I mean? If he's already over Halle, he don't got to mention her no way. All he has to do now is get his attorney. And it's time to go to family court. You're going to have to show some paperwork. You know what I mean? Finances and things like that. And y'all are going to have to get a schedule in place. Now, here's where the problem lies. She did specify that she was trying to talk to him about a schedule when things went haywire. Okay? Don't know how true that's going to be. We're going to see more when stuff come out. You know what I mean? Or whatever, TMZ. TMZ leaks these stories. And I want people to also understand this type of shit. I see this a lot. Niggas be like, man, I'm so sick. Motherfuckers doing this for clout. Listen, you guys. Outlets post people. Shade Room, Baller Alert, Neighborhood Talk. They post people posts. Sometimes these people that post don't know these folks gonna post them. All right? So let's not think that just because something is on the internet, DDG or Halle brought it there. Sometimes it don't be that. Okay? This is public record. Soon as she filed for a restraining order, TMZ had somebody working down that motherfucker and told. That's all this was. All right? The things that she submitted in her documentation, you know what I'm saying, were things that the whole public has been privy to. But TMZ breaks these stories. So I need y'all to understand that part. Because I'm seeing a lot of, oh yeah, she ran to the shit. Motherfucker, they have to run to the internet. TMZ is there. Let me also explain to you. I'm going to just say this one thing, and then we're going to move on to some more phone calls. I'm rebooting it. It's just taking a while. I don't know why the shit is hot. All right? Let me explain something to you so you can understand how big the media is. All right? Meg and Tory. Let me just bring this up real quick. Meg and Tory. All right? They was at Kylie Jenner's house. They was in the pool. He wanted Kylie Jenner. They got mad. Meg said, bitch, nigga, you a fang ass nigga. They got into an argument and such. Something happened. What, y'all don't feel like she was shot? Whatever the fuck. I'm not finna get into that because I've already did it a year ago. But here's what I'm trying to explain. All right? After the situation happened, because I want y'all men sometimes to understand how fucked up y'all really be treating black women or women in general, okay? After the situation happened, whether it was a shot or whether it was glass, whatever the altercation, Meg got back in the car. Meaning that whatever the fuck had happened, she was just trying to go home. She didn't call no police. The police were called. What was not expected was, when the police was called, that the police was going to be on them pronto. All right? We know all of this happened because when Meg got out the car, her feet was already fucked up. Here's the thing. Megan did not say anything about that night. She didn't. All right? She didn't say anything about that night. The only time she said something about that night is after TMZ broke the story. All right? TMZ broke the story. We all seen the footage. Megan get out the car, feet linking, blasey, blah, this and that. TMZ had already adopted the story saying, what the fuck happened because of blasey, blah, this and that. Instead of Tory shutting the fuck up and just say, hey, it was this. Because Megan had already lied, all right, in the hospital. When she told them folks that she stepped on glass, they came out and said, bitch, this ain't glass, it's fragments. What happened? She still didn't tell. She went home. All right? Listen to this shit. The media started going on a frenzy saying what happened. Megan said nothing again. All right? Tory started talking. Tory started talking. Okay? Now what happens is, Megan is sitting over this bitch like, hold on, bro. I done lied to these motherfuckers. After you done did me wrong, I'm still protecting you, nigga. You gonna goddamn send the goons on me? Now, Houston, we got a problem. Okay? Because regardless of the fact what anybody know, it was wrongdoing done that night. Regardless of the fact it was by 3 parties or not, he was involved. But you made it seem like you were the victim. That's the problem. I wish y'all would stop thinking, grown-ass men, that public opinion is going to save y'all. Stop it. Now, when I look at this situation, I got to look at it like that too. Did the situation happen? Here's what happened, okay? Let's look at it. Allegedly. DDG go over there to get his son, all right? Halle saying on this particular situation, we're sick. You can't take him. He probably just popped up because we know that is the truth because Halle said that she had talked to a member of family. DDG was under the impression that she knew that he was coming, but she had told the family that they were sick, and it was a line of communication that was broken. I did the video. Go back and look at it, all right? So basically, he gets there. She don't know that he coming because she relayed this message that he didn't get. So now she's saying, hey, you got to go. We're sick. No, you can't take him. Blah, blah, blah. He feels some type of way, which he has every right to feel some type of way. That is when you get on your court, you get in your car, okay? And you goddamn go to court to get visitations. You do it first, black man. Please. I've been saying the same shit for fucking... I'll be ready to break some shit. Because this is the first thing that I tell these niggas because I got brothers. Okay? But instead, this is what I'm feeling happen when I'm looking at the TMZ story and I'm looking at the situation. He comes over there. She like, no, you can't take him. We sick. All right? He gets aggravated. Like, I just want to be able to see my fucking son. I can sit downstairs, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and play with my son. She's at the point where, like, nigga, I don't want you downstairs. Because even though I'm doing this co-parenting with you, I'm still watching you do all this shit on the internet. Nigga, I don't want you here. So we're going to start talking about visitations because I don't want you popping up at my house. Okay? Instead of DDG saying, ding dong, it's time to go to court, he gets upset, probably. Allegedly, and say, hey, you can't tell me when and where I can get my son. Then all shit breaks loose. This is all I'm trying to say to you. If you know you went over to the house and you know an altercation happened, all right, don't come to the internet, all right, and make it seem like the altercation is only one-sided. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We don't know what happened, but if that happened like that, that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. That's what you got to do. Mama DDG just responded on the Shade Room. Let's go see. God damn it. Shit. You know what I mean? I want men to be a little smarter, especially when you got money. Go to court. Damn. Okay, so Mama DDG, Tanya says, I don't usually comment or say anything on this internet, even with all the negativity, and that's a fact she doesn't. The lies and hatred towards mine. However, these accusations have made me realize that I've been quiet too long. Okay. I mean, that's all she said so far, right? Because, I mean, that ain't really said nothing. I mean, that hasn't said that he or she has done anything. She just saying that eventually she's going to talk. Now, one thing I will say about DDG Mom, she doesn't say nothing. And Move been getting dragged ever since they started dating. I will say that. And she never say anything. Shit, I done probably argue with niggas on the Shade Room more than Mama DDG have. However, we got to wait till some more come out. Because that wasn't a lot. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a lot at all. But we going to wait and see what's going on. You know what I mean? I blame Chris Sales. I go back to what I said at the beginning of the year. He got all the baby daddies acting crazy out there, big. Now let me quit playing though. But yeah. So that's all she got so far. It's nothing really big. Nothing big so far, but she just said, I don't usually comment or say anything on this internet, even with all the negativity, the lies, and the hatred towards mine. However, these accusations have made me realize that I've been quiet too long. I just wish you would have said, however, these accusations is fake as fuck or false as fuck. That kind of leaves it open some more. I needed a buck, like for real, like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying or whatever, so I don't know. We finna see what's going on. You finna see what's going on. This is ugly. I hate this for both of them. I hate this for everybody. But yeah. Y'all hold on.